Gibraltar is a city at the southern tip of the Iberian Peninsula, where the Mediterranean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean at the Strait of Gibraltar, covering 6.8 kilometers squared. It borders Spain's Campo de Gibraltar to the north. The territory is dominated by the Rock of Gibraltar, with a densely populated town at its base. About 40,000 people, mostly Gibraltarians, live there. Gibraltar's sovereignty remains disputed and may be turning hands or have already turned hands since the publishing of this video. Gibraltarians rejected Spanish or joint control in referendums in 1967 and 2002. Despite this, Gibraltar has a strong economic and cultural tie with Spain. Neanderthals lived in Gibraltar about 50,000 years ago, as shown by finds in Gorham's cave. After they vanished, Homo sapiens used the cave from about 40,000 to 5,000 years ago, leaving tools, hearths, and bones. Neolithic pottery linked to the Almerian culture of Andalusia has also been found. Little evidence, however, exists of cave use during the Bronze Age. Gibraltar has traded hands many times over its long history of human habitation, some of which have been Phoenicians, Romans, Vandals, and Visigoths. It came under Muslim rule after the Muslim conquest of the Iberian Peninsula in 711 AD. The Almohads founded a permanent settlement in 1160. Control shifted between the Nasrids, Castilians, and the Marinids before becoming a part of the Crown of Castle in 1462. In 1704, Anglo-Dutch forces captured Gibraltar, and it was ceded by Great Britain in 1713 under the Treaty of Utrecht. Here we have a Douglas Dakota of BOAC silhouetted at Gibraltar by the batteries of searchlights on the rock, as crews prepare for a night flight to the United Kingdom. During wartime, the people living in Gibraltar were evacuated to London, Madeira, Morocco, and Gibraltar Camp in Jamaica. In June of 2025, the UK, Spain, and the EU reach a draft deal to remove border and customs checks between Gibraltar and Spain. In this deal, Spanish and Gibraltar authorities will jointly manage Schengen controls at Gibraltar's port and airport, while the land border remains fully open. The deal includes cooperation on customs, taxation, anti-money laundering, and fair competition. Gibraltar is home to 500 different species of flowering plants. Olive and pine trees are also common here. The rock's upper area is covered by a nature reserve, which is also home to many Barbary macaques, listed as endangered by the UICN Red List, making this the only place in Europe which contains wild apes or monkeys. A superstition similar to the one about the ravens at the Tower of London holds that if the apes ever leave, so will the British. Churchill, in his time, was very concerned about the dwindling population of apes. He sent a message to the colonial secretary requesting that something be done about the situation.